Hey guys, this is Chetan,
This is Arun.
And this is Abhi.
and welcome back to the Unprofessionals. So yesterday we just had our week four games for the NFL season, and it was, I mean, there are games that we did not expect to see what happened, and some of the games Abby and I are very proud that we predicted. But I'm gonna hand it off to him to go through the slate of games, and then we're gonna further discuss a couple of the New York teams, Minnesota, Philadelphia, and Sunday night football as well. So, Abby, I'm going to hand it off to you. Go through the games that pretty much we don't need to.
This is rapid fire of the nobody cares. So Washington Falcons 34-30. Washington, great comeback. Washington's defense still sus. Cordell Patterson, I don't know where this came from. He's been on so many teams, been a great returner. But now in Atlanta, he balling. And Matt Ryan played great. But Falcons, they lose how only the Falcons can lose. No other franchise, besides maybe Detroit, can lose how they lose. And Washington, you have serious defensive problems. Texans, Bills, 40-0. I'm done. That game's over. No need to discuss that. Lions, Bears, Justin Field, congratulations on your first real victory. The Lions, man, they just kick themselves in the ass every single time. Some of those turnovers were brutal. And the Bears, listen, they're winning games that they should win, but they're not legit, in my opinion. I don't think anyone's opinion here. Then we go to the Colts, Dolphins. Carson Wentz gets a win. The Colts, man, this team has so much talent. They're just not winning. They finally won. Jacoby Brissett's revenge game goes down as a dub. He doesn't get it. Dud. He doesn't win it. Dolphins, they look like a mess right now. It's not just the quarterback. It's many problems. Jonathan Taylor, finally, big game for him. And Carson Wentz, finally, good to see him get a win because this team is way better than the record indicates. Then we get to this game was supposed to be a really good game, but it ended up not being. I think that's because of the quarterback and the injuries. Another guy goes down in Denver. Teddy Bridgewater this time is starting QB. Concussion. He's out. He went out. Drew Lock. Listen, man, Drew Lock, he should not be playing for NFL football right now. He just ain't about it. And all the injuries, 2 linemen missing. Jerry Jeudy on IR. Hamler, torn ACL. Broncos have too many injuries. Their defense is lights out, but your defense can only hold up for so long. Lamar Jackson balled out, 300 yards passing, and Marquise Brown finally caught a pass and didn't drop it. And the Ravens won 23-7. Now, let's get this really going. We have the Panthers versus the Cowboys, 28-36. I think the final score is much closer than the game actually was. I will say this right now. I was wrong about Dallas. I did not think they'd be this good offensively. I still think their defense is sus. If Christian McCaffrey played yesterday, I think that would have been a whole different ballgame. I don't think we're going to get to see if this Dallas Cowboys team is for real at all this season because their schedule is absolutely disgusting. Like they're not playing anyone great
It
at
favors
all.
them.
The only game they're playing that's really indicative of a really good team is week 16, 17, the second to last week where they play the Cardinals at home. The rest of the schedule, there's not the Chiefs. I'm sorry, the Chiefs defense is so bad. We're gonna get into them. Chiefs defense is so bad that beating them, in my opinion, is not a big deal anymore. It's not. Raiders Thanksgiving. I remember before the schedule came out, right before the season started, and we were like, yo, another booty ass Thanksgiving. Maybe not, because Raiders Cowboys could possibly be a very, very good game now. But besides those 2 games, I would love to say my Vikings could do something, but I'm not saying anything about my Vikings anymore until they show me a reason to give them any credit or any merit to being a great team. So, yeah, the Cowboys' schedule is not that great. All in all, my take on this game was Dallas's offense is legit. Trayvon Diggs is right now the defensive player of the year. Dallas's defense is still not that good. And Sam Darnold looks good, but they need Christian McCaffrey, and that's a no-brainer. Chetan, your thoughts on this game?
I mean, I hate to admit it, but the Cowboys look really good. And obviously their offense is always going to look great because let's just talk about their weapons up and down. And Michael Gallup is even playing. And we're talking about what? Cedric Wilson, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Zeke, the Pollard, and then you got Dak at quarterback. Dak probably, if he keeps playing this way, is going to be the MVP of the league. Their defense, on the other hand, they haven't played anyone very, very strong offensively. Obviously, Carolina could have been that if Christian McCaffrey was playing, but he wasn't. Um, we got to see what they look like against a real offense.
Well, they did. Tampa Bay. They got wrecked.
Yeah, and that's all. Yeah, that's true. But that's week one, and like week one, we all watch teams be like, they look a little rusty, they look a little this, and if we take away all these turnovers that the Cowboys defense is forcing, I feel like they'd get completely eaten up. They get key turnovers at the right times. We know Sam Darnold turns the ball over a lot from his when we watched him on the Jets. It's just they keep forcing turnovers. What happens if they don't force turnovers? That's what I want to see. Arun?
All right, so the Cowboys, I agree with you guys. They look terrific, clicking on all cylinders. Their defense was the biggest what if heading into the season. And hey, man, Diggs, second-year player, this man has developed into a Pro Bowler. He's gonna make the Pro Bowl this year, no doubt about it. He gets a what was that?
You're gonna
All
be
Pro?
Pro.
What's the highest? All Pro, right?
All Pro's the highest.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely getting that because he's so far he already won Defensive Player of the Month, second-year player. Hey man, Dak Prescott looking good too. He's not doing much. They're handing it off to Zeke. Zeke's looking like 2016 Zeke again. He's looking like he has he just steamrolls over everybody, man. Then you got Tony Pollard, elusive back coming out the backfield. This team is looking good, but I know the Panthers, they were undefeated heading into this game, and like Dallas was still the favorite, but Panthers, they haven't really beaten anybody either. What's it called throughout the season? Who they beat? They beat the Texans. They beat Jameis Winston and the Saints. They beat the Jets. So they haven't really beaten any good teams either. So for the Cowboys and the Cowboy fans to get riled up about beating a 3-0 team, I know it's like impressive. That's one of their best achievements in recent memory. But hey, man, the Cowboys, they're looking like they're the favorites to win this. But and the Cowboys, they have an easy schedule coming up. Me and Abhishek discussed this early in the morning. Until their bye week, they could win every single game until their bye week. So, they have a really easy schedule coming up. They should be winning the division. And you guys, I think you guys didn't have them winning the division in the predictions, right? I don't know, but this team is looking good. They're Cowboys and their fans better hope they're not peaking too early. They better hope everybody stays healthy. But honestly, if I was a Cowboys fan, I would be feeling pretty good about this season. Easy ass schedule, and if the team stays healthy, you never know. In this NFC's not looking too good either. There's not like a true contender, so let's see what happens, man. It's a good game though. Sam Darnold played good.
Next game I really don't want to discuss, but I have to do what I gotta do. Go through this. I can't enjoy prosperity for long. I enjoyed it for 1 week. Vikings Browns 14-7. It's the same old shit. They can't protect Kirk Cousins. Anyone that thinks Kirk Cousins did not play well should really either get a new TV, new pair of eyes, or they don't know what football is. It's simply put, his numbers weren't great because they can't be great when you are getting pressured half the time. You don't drop back to pass. Dalvin Cook should not have played yesterday. I'm gonna be honest with you. He was not 100%. Alexander Madison was balling against Seattle. I understand Cleveland is way better than Seattle defensively, but let him take another week off because they lost the game anyways. So let him take another week off. You play Detroit. I hope we can beat them, or else I'm completely done with this shit. But you play Detroit, so you could have given him another week off next week. So 3 weeks, he should be good to go with all the medical staff that they have there. So the Vikings defense played great in my opinion. Everson Griffin looked good. He's been great. What a great signing that was, bringing him back. What else I can say about this team? The Cleveland Browns. If we want to get real about the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield ain't the guy. I am fully convinced of this now. Baker Mayfield ain't the guy. Odell Beckham. If I was Odell Beckham yesterday, I legitimately would have took Baker Mayfield into the locker room and punched him in the face. You're messing with his money because production equals paper. in this league, in any sport. If your numbers are not what they're supposed to be, they don't care how fast you jump. I mean, how fast you run, how high you jump, how strong you are, or how many Instagram followers you have. Odell Beckham Jr. is one of the best receivers out, and Chetan can attest to this. I know this because he's my favorite receiver. He still is. He is the most misconceived player, one of the most misconceived players ever, and all over some one boat trip. He was young, man. Let it go. All those people, let that go. That was years ago. But Odell got behind the Minnesota Vikings secondary 3 times. Why? At least 5 yards separation. And this man, Baker Mayfield, missed him by 10 feet. Odell looked so pissed. There was one play, it was in the fourth quarter, where he just screamed at the top of his lungs. But give Odell credit, he did not pop off. He did not kick a kicking net. He didn't take his helmet off or do anything. But if this continues, either Odell's going to say, listen, get me out of here. I don't care how many games we win. Or Mayfield, you got to go. Because thank God this team has Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, because they both combined for 35 carries for 184 yards. You know how many yards Baker Mayfield threw for? 155. How are you going to outrun for more yards than you throw for? That tells you everything you need to know about this team. Baker Mayfield is enjoying a great ride in this car, which is the Cleveland Browns. And the only thing I got as a Vikings fan is our first-round pick, Christian Darrisaw. He's looking healthy. He played a little bit. He played only special teams on Sunday. But that's all I got. If he starts and he's the real deal, maybe our O-line can change it around because we got all the weapons. Justin Jefferson is one of the best receivers in the game. Adam Thielen scored a touchdown almost every game. Dalvin Cook's one of the best running backs in the game. Kirk Cousins is a top 5 quarterback right now, performance-wise. So all we need is protection, and then maybe we could do some things. All in all, that's all I got to say. But if we lose to Detroit, I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done. I don't care if they would need to do something historic for me to come back, because I will not. I said this to, I think, my dad yesterday. I said, if the Vikings lose to Detroit, I will not watch another Vikings game the rest of the season. And I've never done that. In the past 12 years, I've never missed a Vikings game. 12 years. If they lose to Detroit, I'm done. Arun, go ahead.
All right, Abby. I know your team lost yesterday, but the Browns defense is good, and they really controlled time of possession. They weren't giving Kirk Cousins the ball to throw to Justin Jefferson, the stud wide receiver, Thielen. So Browns, like you said, Baker Mayfield, he might not be that guy, man. They better hope they keep running the ball like they are, because if their running game does not show up and you need Baker Mayfield to win the game, I don't know if you could do that for you. But hey, man, yesterday they ran the ball. They had very good success running the ball. Nick Chubb, Kareem, they combined for like 170 yards. Vikings, man, they couldn't even protect Kirk Cousins, like you said, Abby. Pressure every play. But they should bounce back next week. Lions against the Lions. It's a week-to-week league. What's up? What happened?
No. I'm laughing because, Arun, they should have win. If they go, I'm done, bro. I'm so done. Worry.
It's a week-to-week league. Winning cures everything. And next week, you should be bouncing back. So there's a reason to be optimistic.
I feel the opposite about the Browns defense. The Browns defense has pretty much beat up on bad offensive lines. Yep. We're being completely honest here. So their defense doesn't really give me anything to be like, oh, they can do something in the AFC. On top of that, the team can be clicking on everything except Baker Mayfield, and you only go as far as your quarterback takes you. So that's like my takeaway on the what we're a quarter of the way through the season, technically, other than the extra game we have. But if I'm giving you a quarterly report card on the Cleveland Browns, and this game is great, you guys beat up on a good offensive line, a bad offensive line. Other than that, nothing impressed me. Odell, I love Odell, still my favorite wide receiver in the league. I just feel bad for him. He's wide open. This is like, at least Lamar Jackson threw it to Marquise Brown when he was wide open in Detroit. It's just Marquise Brown dropped those balls, right? It'd be a completely different story, but Baker Mayfield can't even reach Odell, and Odell was yards away. And we're talking about a secondary that's pretty good with Patrick Peterson. So that I just feel bad for Odell now. It's if Baker can't figure it out, Cleveland's not going that far. And Cleveland, I know, has high aspirations. I think Arun, you had him in the Super Bowl.
I have one bold prediction. Cam Newton will be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns next season.
That's bold. I like it. I like it.
If Cam Newton was the starting quarterback right now, you have those two running backs and him, and then you can throw the ball to Odell and Landry when Landry comes back and the tight ends they have. I think we talk about a whole different team here. I still think Cam can do it. If Cleveland has any sense, you get him for cheap. You don't got if you pay Baker Mayfield the $40 million, whatever the contracts go for now. If you pay him that much money, it's over. It's over, and I don't care what anyone has to say. Baker Mayfield has had enough time now in this league to prove to himself, bro, you can make throws to wide open people. So I don't think I'm being unfair here. And ultimately, the results, they will tell because I don't think they have a chance if they play Buffalo. That's the team you have to beat, in my opinion. The Buffalo Bills right now are like cream of the crop in the AFC. And I don't think there's a chance in hell that Cleveland can beat them right now. All right. Next game. Oh, look who it is. We go from my misery to someone else's happiness. I lost money. I lost respect. I lost 3 hours of my life. All I did was lose on Sunday, and I lost a lot with this Saints-Giants game. But yesterday was like, I think New York Day. They should call October, what was yesterday? October 3rd should be New York Day because the Yankees secured their wild card berth. The Jets won. We're going to get into them. The Giants won. I can't remember the last time that happened. All three teams winning. One securing a playoff spot. One team saving their season. And the Jets getting all of the country off their back. It seemed like the biggest monkey came off the Jets' back yesterday. We're getting to them next. But quickly, Saints, I have no idea what to think about the Saints anymore. This team is so Jekyll and Hyde. Jameis Winston played great yesterday, in my opinion. They don't have Michael Thomas. They need Michael Thomas badly. He will change everything for them because this is all smoke and mirrors right now, what they're doing. Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara. He didn't get a single catch yesterday. I can never remember. I don't think this ever happened. But Alvin Kamara, one of the biggest weapons in football, did not get a catch. Maybe you can say the Giants defense did that. It's hard for me to believe that the Giants defense is this good that you don't even throw the ball to Alvin Kamara once. He did get 26 carries, so he made the most of that. But all in all, Daniel Jones has not been the reason why this team has lost these games. Daniel Jones threw for 70+% yesterday, 2 touchdowns, 400 yards against a so-called great Saints defense. So that team had Marshawn Lattimore, Gardner Johnson, Cam Jordan, everybody played. Demario Davis, Malcolm Jenkins, every single player played for the defense yesterday. They were at home at the crib. New Orleans after Hurricane Ida, they were going crazy. And for Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney, and what's his name? Kenny Galladay, one more play. Justin Ross to make that big play. Yo, man, all I can say is great win for the Giants, awful loss for the Saints. And where the fuck was this the other 2 weeks for the Giants? Where was this? Chetan, go ahead.
We should be 3-1, and it's really sad. We're 1-3, but if we're talking about the Giants' perspective, we finally have. I know you told me not to complain about everyone being out on the offense a couple weeks ago, but everyone was out. If we're being honest, we had Galladay, Toney, etc., Justin Ross, or was it John Ross? John Ross, right? And all these guys are just out and not playing. And then all of a sudden, we get everyone back. They look fantastic. They played fantastic. Daniel Jones has not been the reason the Giants have lost in the last the previous 3 weeks. On top of that, Saquon Barkley finally is starting to show that, oh yeah, he is Saquon Barkley. Is he worth the second pick? I will die on my grave saying that no, we should have picked Sam Darnold, but he looked great. It's a little weird that Alvin Kamara didn't get any catches when our best defensive player or our second best defensive player is out for the season and Blake Martinez. Well, other than that, I wish I saw this Giants team the previous 3 weeks. Maybe we would have a chance week 1, but we should have definitely won week 2 and 3 with this team, right? Moving forward, I'm kind of excited to see them against the Cowboys, but it can very easily break my heart week 5. This team can very easily break my heart. But I mean, after the day I had it, the morning I had yesterday, Abby, I was happy that the Giants actually won again. Arun?
All right, so this was a very bad loss for the Saints. First game at home, and you do this, you lose to the winless Giants. Got to give credit to the Giants. They played a terrific game. Daniel Dimes, Daniel Jones. I think he's leading the league in passing yards right now, or he's second. So he's playing good. They're not losing because of him. But the Giants, I don't think they'll still have enough talent to win the division. I don't know, Chetan. What do you think? You think that they could still win the division, or
Not with the
think they
way
could
the
give?
Cowboys schedule is, no.
No, right? So yeah, and you guys are playing Cowboys next.
Yeah, unless we
Yeah.
beat them twice and just sweep through the rest of the division. No
Hey,
chance.
if you beat the Cowboys in Jerry World next week, I might be a case for the Giants winning this division, man.
That
Honestly,
might be, but if you think about it, at worst case, they'll go 10-7. At best case, the way I looked at their schedule, they could go 14-3.
14-3.
Yeah, it would be one loss to the Eagles, one loss to the Giants kind of thing. Because let's just face it, they beat the Chargers, who are one of the premier teams. They've beaten, or they should beat the Raiders. I think they're better than the Raiders. They should beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs' defense, Zeke will eat them up. Zeke and Pollard should eat them both up, right? So I don't see, like, the AFC West should not be a competition for them. And then they play the Broncos. If Teddy Bridgewater is not healthy, that Broncos team is not good, right? And then who else would they play? I don't think there's any other big names that the Rams are vulnerable. They play the Rams, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That defense is vulnerable. We've seen Zeke run through that defense before too, because Brandon Staley was the defensive coordinator for them, for the Rams last year. And he ran through the Zeke and Pollard ran through the Chargers defense this year. They ran through the Rams defense last year, so they can beat them too. So it's not. If anything, it's the schedule is very favorable towards the Cowboys to win this division. And plus, we already have 3 losses.
All right, the Giants won. Now we get to the miracle that happened in the Meadowlands. The Jets win. Me and Chetan, we went over this on Friday. We both thought the Jets. Actually, Chetan had the balls to pick them. I did not have the balls to fully pick them. But they did. The Jets won. We both felt this could happen, and it happened. Bro, if you don't have your starting receivers, you're not going to win many games. That's exactly what happened here. No Julio Jones, no A.J. Brown. After that, there's such a big drop-off that what do you expect is going to happen? And Derrick Henry, man, give him credit. That man got the ball a total of 35 times, total touches. He had over 175 yards, but he can only do so much. The Jets, Zach Wilson finally looked like the guy I was picked second overall. That's why I loved him so much coming out of college. I think he got all the stuff. He's a rookie. He's going to throw picks. It doesn't matter. It just is what it is. They're going to get more help for him. Corey Davis, revenge game. That's how you get a revenge game. 4 catches, 111 yards, a touchdown. He was playing great. Jamison Crowder, you saw the difference he made coming back. Jamison Crowder, one of the best slot receivers in the game. The Jets defense played lights out. Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator, that's what he's known for, playing defense. And Tennessee, to be honest, this loss does nothing for them because the division they play for is so trash. The Titans may win this division by default. This division may end up being worse than last year's NFC East. The Jaguars theoretically are still in this hunt. The Texans have no chance. Well, actually, no, the Texans have a shot. If Tyrod Taylor comes back, you never know. They could come back and
better chance than the Jaguars right now.
And the Colts, obviously, if they ever get their shit together, they have a chance here too. Quinn Nelson's on IR, so they need to get him back real quick. But T.Y. Hilton's going to be back. Quinn Nelson's going to be back. But this division is so bad. So the Titans, you can't lose to the Jets. You did. You had no receivers. But all in all, I think finally the Jets win. No New York team's going 0-17. That's great news. And the Jets, you got to see a glimpse of what the future could be if you just surround this man with help. And that's my thoughts on this game. Chetan, your thoughts?
I mean, I picked this game solely for the fact that Julio and AJ Brown are out. So I was like, all right, great. You're missing your two best wide receivers.
The Jets got to win one. They got to win eventually.
Right. Yeah, they got to win eventually, which I did mention because of last year. They just somehow pulled off the win against the Rams. It's bound to happen. And obviously nothing with the Titans defense ever, piques my interest. I'm like, yeah, no, they're just bad. And the way Zach Wilson looked like the second half of week 1 against the Panthers gave me faith that, oh yeah, he can play. Thank God he was not playing against like a top 5 defense this week, because I would, if he was playing against another top 5 defense, I felt bad for the man. Right. So they played the Broncos, no fly zone. They played the Patriots, obviously Belichick versus a rookie quarterback. And then what was it? Week 1 was the Panthers, who have a fantastic defense. And for a rookie making a first start, not a good place to play. But guess what? The Titans defense can't get any pressure. I can barely name you anyone in the secondary. Ever since Malcolm Butler went on on leave, he's retired or something at this point. And that's pretty much it. Zach Wilson. Here's my assessment: was if Zach Wilson is as good as I thought he was going to be, he was going to beat a team without a defense. And that's exactly what he did. That's pretty much it. And Derrick Henry, as much as I love Derrick Henry, but there's only so much one man can do. And to carry a team's entire offense without your two best wide receivers, there was no chance for them to win this game.
Arun.
All right, so this was once again, very bad loss for a good team. I think they're like -6.5 favorites. So Vegas was hammering to the Titans and the Jets won. So Chetan, I hope you put money on the Jets because you picked them. And I hope you made some money off that because that was a juicy line. But man, both the top wideouts out. There were some rumors about them coming back this week, and they did not show up. Next week they're playing Jacksonville in Jacksonville. And if I don't know when they'll be back, both the hamstring injuries, right? So those are a little tricky. They could linger around throughout the season. So you got to be careful with that, man. And
Julio's injury history with hamstrings. It's not.
The Titans are going to allow 2 rookies to get their first wins.
Yeah, Urban Myers wants to win too. I bet he's fired up, especially what I saw in the news today.
AJ are not back. Jacksonville, listen,
at home,
they win that game. They're 1 game out from the division. Think about that.
They looked pretty good last week too.
They look
against
pretty
the
good. They
Bengals.
should have won that game against
Bengals aren't no slouches either. They're a pretty good team.
Agreed.
Yeah. So all in all, they could. Man, the Titans, they got Jacksonville coming up. Then they have, I think, the Bills on the Monday night football game.
This is about to get nice.
The Dolphins right after that. So Tua might be back by then. So I don't know, man. Let's see. Actually, no, I'm looking at the wrong schedule.
Wait, their schedule right now. Right, Jacksonville this week, Buffalo next week, Monday Night Football.
Chiefs.
Sunday,
who they got after
Chiefs.
that? Oh,
The
Chiefs. Oh man.
Then the Colts, Rams, Saints.
Oh yeah. It's about to get a little rough for them.
Gauntlet. If they don't win half of these games, they're not winning the division.
Carson Wentz, get to work, baby. Still got a chance. And
Stay healthy, baby. Stay above that 75% snap count.
Make the playoffs. My boy Arun's team gets another pick. And now that's a perfect segue. Next game we got to discuss.
But wait. With the Colts, though, they can easily win this division in the next 4 weeks. But because guess what? They play the Ravens, Texans, 49ers. They play actually 6 weeks. Then they play the Titans, Jets, and Jaguars.
How many of those are home games? How many are they playing? Are they playing the Niners at home?
No, in Sunday Night Football in California.
Well, that could be bad then.
But the rest of these games, most of these games are home games.
Yeah, right now nobody in that division is out of it. To be honest, yeah, it's true. Even the one team that has no wins and another team that's lost by 40 yesterday. So that division is just pathetic. And the Titans, they better get their shit together because they could easily run away with this division if they really get their. AJ Brown, if Julio Jones and AJ Brown play yesterday, they do not lose that game. So let's be honest. So they would have won that game if they had the two receivers. So there is that to be said. Now, my team got discussed. Chetan's team discussed. 1-3, 1-3, and now here we go. Another 1-3. Chiefs, Eagles. This game was going to be a shootout, 42-30. What can you say for the Eagles? Right before the game starts, Lane Johnson out for personal reasons. What the fuck? That's 4 out of your 5 starting linemen just from 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. It took 3 weeks for this whole O-line to be gone in an instance. Whole O-line's gone. You can't even blame Jalen Hurts or anybody anymore. And I understand. And think about it. Even with all those linemen out, they still dropped 30 on Kansas City. That's how trash Kansas City's defense is. And 2 touchdowns. My biggest takeaway from this game was, in my opinion, just my opinion, Arun can go in more detail because he watched the game from start to finish. But 2 times touchdowns were called back for bullshit penalties that would have resulted in 8 more points. That's 38 points to 42. That changes the game right there. You're not going to beat this team kicking field goals. And the Eagles had a chance. Jalen Hurts, 32 for 48. Great. 300, nearly 400 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. And he led them in rushing. Devontae Smith, great game. I can't even blame the defense. The defense is decimated. And the offensive line is decimated. But the Chiefs' offense is great, obviously. We all know that. And Miles Sanders, I have no idea what's going on here. He didn't get the ball last week. People said because Nick Sirianni said because the game was out of reach or they were behind. Well, you weren't behind in this game by much. Why didn't he get the ball? Kenneth Gainwell, the rookie's playing more snaps than Miles Sanders. This is ridiculous. If I'm Miles Sanders, I want out of here. Get me to a place that needs a running back so I can showcase my talents because he's really good. But all in all, this game told me nothing. The Eagles, just too many injuries. You cannot fully assess Jalen Hurts right now. I think he's solid. I think he's good. I think he has a chance in the future. The Chiefs' defense is atrocious. Don't be fooled. They won. Good job. You dropped 42. You're not going to drop 42 in the NFL every week. So congrats to the Chiefs for winning this game. Chetan.
Just to correct you here. The Eagles, 3 touchdowns were negated by penalties.
Oh, okay.
So 3 times they had to settle for field goals. So they could have, if each of them were touchdowns.
I saw one for Dallas Goedert, one for Zach Ertz. I don't know who the third one was.
I don't know the third one either, but they could have tied this game, essentially.
So that's insane.
But this is like the Eagles being 1-3, it's entirely self-inflicted. It's a lot of these penalties. I think, Arun, you said it, they're on pace to be the most penalized team in NFL history. That's the number 1 takeaway. Number 2 takeaway is these injuries and these players being out is getting in the way of like how great the Eagles can be, because Abhi and I both agreed that if fully healthy, they have the best offensive line and one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. And then the third takeaway is, the Chiefs, man, they keep beating up on bad teams. Bad or unhealthy teams. And I think this is the year they finally going to get it. Be like, the Chargers are healthy. They got a quarterback. The Raiders playing fantastic. The Broncos, if Teddy Bridgewater comes back, they're going to be fantastic. It's not going to be easy road for them. And they play a team that is pretty much whooping everyone's asses in the NFL right now. They're making NFL teams look like college teams.
I'm going to say this right now. The Kansas City Chiefs will not win this division.
I completely agree because I thought the Chargers had a chance to win this division in the beginning of the year. I am so close
to saying the Kansas City Chiefs will miss the playoffs.
I'm not going to go that far.
I am that close to saying this.
I'm not going to go that far simply for the fact that Andy Reid is the head coach and Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback.
That's great. You can score all you want. If you can't play defense, bro, You legitimately could have gave up 42 points to a team with their entire O-line missing.
Yeah. It is bad though.
All right, Arun, go ahead, bro. You waited your time.
All right, so you guys were asking me all week, Arun, do you think the Eagles have a chance? And I told you straight up, hell no, because I know it's gonna be a shootout, and I know the Chiefs, they're one of the most potent offenses in NFL history. And if it was gonna be a shootout, Chiefs are gonna win that game 10 out of 10 times. But I'm happy. I know there's no moral victories, but I was very happy the way the Eagles played. Offensively, defensively, it's a whole different story. The defense cannot stop the run at all. It's looking bad. And man, I miss Brandon Graham so much. Ever since he went down, cannot stop the run. Teams are just running it up on us, no problem, getting yards after yards. But the Eagles offense, man, I love the way Jalen Hurts played yesterday. Uh, one reporter asked him, "Hey, man, this is your best game. How do you feel?" He said, "This was not my best game because we did not win." And that to me shows what kind of guy he is. He's a team first guy, true leader. Man, he balled out yesterday. The terrible game plan, Nick Sirianni. Come on, man. How are you not running the ball? So I was watching this game. Uh, it's first and goal, pass, right? Incomplete. Second goal, pass, incomplete. Third and goal, you hear the Philly fans chanting, "Run the ball, run the ball," and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And what do? It's third and 14th. They got called back for some penalty. Third and 14th, I think, and they hand it off to Kenny Gainwell, and he runs it in for a touchdown. And I couldn't believe what happened, bro. I'm like, they Nick Sirianni really is he's listening to the Philly crowd, man. They finally ran the ball. Miles Sanders, I feel so bad for this kid. He's so talented. I don't think he's gonna resign. I don't even think the Eagles are gonna bring him back. This might be his last year here. They are just, I don't know, man. They're just shelving him or something because he's not even getting the snap counts like he should be. But man, the Eagles, they look good. Devontae Smith, ooh, 100-yard game finally. Hopefully, we see a bunch of those, man. His at most, I'm gonna say this: Devontae Smith, most effortless 100 game I've seen, bro. One most effortless 100-yard game I've seen. He had 122 yards. He did have a touchdown. It got ruled back once again. He stepped out, but the rule is once you establish 2 feet coming back in, you're good to you're good to catch the ball. He established 3 steps coming in, and he caught the ball. And they once again another week, another penalty. Oh my God! Don't even get me started with these penalties. I think we have 44 to start the season, 9 yesterday, 13 against the Cowboys the week before. So these penalties, man, they've been killing us, especially in the red zone. This line, they keep jumping off sides. I can't even deal with these penalties. We're losing strictly off penalties at this point. They're so undisciplined. If they could just correct things they could control, this team could be good. But once again, they're not. I'm not seeing anything. No discipline. I feel like I saw the same thing last year. So many penalties against the Eagles in the red zone. You go from a first and 10 to a first and 15, and that really messes up your whole game plan. So hopefully they get the running game sorted out because I would want to run the ball more, take some pressure off Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts played a great game, didn't force any bad passes, but looked poised. But all in all, the Eagles, they got the Panthers next week. Panthers, I don't know, man. This game's gonna be good. I think the Eagles will beat them, but we'll see next week, man. But the Chiefs, if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm concerned because the Eagles just dropped 30 something on me. We're getting dropped 30 left and right. Patty Mahomes, can he keep this up coming up? I think they have what team they have? They have the Bills coming up. Man, Josh Allen about to drop 40 on these boys easily. But let's see, man. The Chiefs have to tighten up this defense because I already predicted at the beginning of the season this team was not going to go back to the Super Bowl, and the way it's looking like, I don't think they're going back to the Super Bowl, man.
Arun, you said 50 wrong. He about dropped 50 on him for what they did to him in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, Abby, that was the third touchdown that got overturned. It was the Devontae Adams, not Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith. He's running up the sidelines, and the cornerback, is taking up the room on the sideline. So he essentially went out of bounds and came back in, and he was in like for a while, and he caught a beautiful touchdown pass, and they're like, no, he wasn't in long enough. I'm like, but the rule was clearly he was in. So yeah, that was the third.
Buffalo will complete the mission for the Eagles on Sunday.
I dropped 50.
I'm fully sold on the Buffalo Bills this Sunday night. Just an early preview of what you think we're gonna be giving out. Saying that right now. Also, I love you, Arun. I don't think the Eagles have a shot against Carolina because if that O-line is decimated again, which at least 3 of the 5 starters will be gone, only guy that could be back is Lane Johnson. The Cowboys O-line is amazing. That they were able to protect Dak Prescott. I'm sorry, but those boys in Carolina, they hunt. That defense can hunt, and they get to come after Jalen Hurts, bro. That hurts me to say, but Shaq Thompson, Derek Brown, Brian Burns, those boys hunt. I'm sorry. I understand they lost to Dallas, but Dallas's O-line has 2 future Hall of Famers on it. Eagles right now, they have great players, but they're all decimated. If Lane Johnson comes back, then maybe I'll say, okay, they have a shot there. But if he's not playing again for whatever the reason is, hopefully everything's fine for him. If he does not play, I give Jalen Hurts may not make it out this game. I'm just being honest. So, but we'll discuss that later on in the week. All right, 4 o'clock games. Let's go through these real quickly. Cardinals, Rams. Wow. That's what I'm saying. You gotta wait. You gotta wait to see who's good and who's not. The Rams have done nothing. I'm gonna keep saying this. Their defense is absolute trash. I keep saying this. They have 2 Hall of Fame players. They have Jalen Ramsey and they got Aaron Donald. They got nothing else. Leonard Floyd is okay. He's a good player. Michael Brocker's getting traded. The Troy Hill, John Johnson in Cleveland. They lost a lot of defensive coordinator, as Chetan mentioned before we started recording. He's the head coach for the Chargers. This defense is absolutely lost. They took advantage of the Chicago Bears. Please. That is not a win. That's beating up on a college team right now. And they beat the Colts with Carson Wentz playing with 2 ankles hurt. And we know what the issues with the Colts are. They beat the Bucs without JPP, without 2 starting corners, and that's who they beat in Tampa Bay. And Rob Gronkowski got injured in that game. So I'm not even saying so the Rams, they have a lot to prove. The Cardinals, hey, they should have lost to Minnesota. They didn't play well against Jacksonville, but then they turned it on in the 4th quarter and beat them. But Arizona, bro, these dudes, I'm going to give them respect. Yo, Kyler Murray, bro, I said this. I was debating this with somebody. I was talking to someone, I don't remember who it was, but I said Kyler Murray is the hardest player in the NFL to defend. I didn't say he's the best. Someone said Patrick Mahomes. I said, no, the hardest person to defend is Kyler Murray. Not Lamar, not Tom Brady, not Russell Wilson, not Aaron Rodgers. Kyler Murray is the hardest player. I've never seen a quarterback that can throw the ball and run like that. I've never seen it before. This man took a 3rd and 16, went left, right, upside down, and then ran for a first down. I've never seen this before. He is truly one of a kind. AJ Green, he looking like he can still ball. You got Ronaldo Moore, the 2nd round pick. You still got DeAndre Hopkins, who hasn't done anything yet. You know he's gonna get started. And you got Christian Kirk, Chase Edmonds, oh my God, man. These boys, all they gotta do is play decent defense. Decent. And these boys could possibly win this division. Chetan, thoughts? And the Rams, Matthew Stafford, come on, man. You gotta play better than that.
I mean, my thoughts are exactly yours. It's funny because you and I had no faith in the Cardinals other than, hey, they might be at best 3rd place in this division because Russell Wilson's team defense looked terrible. And we thought the 49ers were going to be the 49ers. We thought the Rams were going to be the Rams. But at the end of it all, right, it's Arizona who's in 1st place in this division. And their offense, watching Kyler Murray is so much fun because he will throw it off the wrong foot. He'll throw it off the back foot. He won't even plant the foot. He will do a jump throw. He does all of this. And you're just sitting there like, this should not be possible. And some of these throws he's making fantastic. Some of these plays he's making unbelievable. He is easily the most unguardable player in the NFL. Hey, Lamar is great, but he does not have Kyler Murray's arm. Patrick Mahomes is great, but he can't run like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is just like a perfect blend of them two together. And he and not more accurate. He's like Michael Vick, but he doesn't take as many hits as Michael Vick does. He pretty much avoids all those hits. And I think he's got a bigger arm than Michael Vick.
I'm not. No. Don't go there. No. That man threw that. Everyone remembers that Monday night pass, that bomb to Sean Jackson.
That is still my favorite pass I've ever seen in the NFL.
That was 10 years. That was a long time ago.
It's still my favorite pass ever in the NFL. I've never seen something like that. I think not a stronger arm. He's got a more like, I don't know how to say it. It's just he just makes throws that some people just can't make. And it's incredible. I want to continue seeing what they do. I think Arizona's defense surprisingly stepped up even with that. But the big thing here is they signed JJ Watt. JJ Watt is a pretty much no-show. You're pretty much talking about, Chandler Jones is just a freak on that defense. Him, was it Buda Baker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get Arun in this.
Yeah. So I thought the Rams were going to actually win this game. I'll be honest.
We all have the Rams.
Hey, man, their defense is suspect, and Matthew Stafford could only do so much. Kyler Murray, once again, MVP favorite. Abhishek, what do you think? Do you think Kyler Murray is an MVP? He's looking like an MVP candidate right now in this season?
Right now.
Because I remember early in the season you said he's not doing as good as people are saying.
The Vikings should have beat him, and then the Jaguars, they struggled, but maybe they were looking ahead. That's a real thing. They look ahead to the Rams game, this Jacksonville. They're going to fold, and Jacksonville played decent, but then they turned it up. They turned it up when they needed to, and they destroyed them in the fourth quarter. But right now, in all honesty, the MVP right now, it's the first quarter, not even the first quarter of the season. We're at the 0.2 mark, 0.22 mark of the season. He is the MVP right now.
Yeah, right now he's looking like the MVP. One of the last
Derek
teams
Carr
undefeated. Yeah, man, they're giving this division, man. This is the hardest division in the NFL. I don't know who's gonna be on top by the end of this season. It's a long season, but let's see, man. That was a great game. It was a great game, man. I do think the Rams will beat them later on in the season, though. At their home, in the desert.
Oh, okay, that's going to be very interesting.
Even up the matchup.
I don't think we have to discuss this game that much, but we still gotta do it because of the name. But Pittsburgh, Green Bay. We're gonna discuss the Seattle game in a second, but I just want to go quickly over this one. Seattle, Green Bay. Green Bay did what they have to do. Pittsburgh, bro, it's done. I knew it already. I know we keep saying it's done, but bro, I can't watch this no more. I feel bad for Ben. That O-line is absolutely garbage. It's absolutely garbage. I feel so bad for Najee Harris. This man is still trucking 4 people just to get 5 yards. He is an absolute monster. Juju Smith-Schuster was open 4 times yesterday, and Ben missed him. They could have scored. They missed on so many opportunities yesterday. That defense can only hold up for so long. Aaron Rodgers, I'm not even gonna say shit. They good job. They won. Congratulations. They still haven't beaten anyone great. Green Bay hasn't. I'm not sold on Green Bay. I'm not hating. I'm not sold on them. I don't think they can beat the Arizona Cardinals. I don't think they can beat the Rams. I don't think they can beat those 2 teams. We'll see how they do against Minnesota. Obviously they're probably gonna win the division right now. But like everyone says, it's early. But I'm not sold on Green Bay. But they took care of business at home. Good job. They won a game. Pittsburgh, it's over, man. It's over. They're not gonna beat Baltimore. They're not gonna beat Cleveland. They may not pass Cincinnati. I can't believe this, but Pittsburgh may finish last. That's never happened in my lifetime so far, I think. But it's done in Pittsburgh. And Green Bay, good job. They won the game. Arun.
Yeah, man. If Cincinnati makes it over the Steelers, that's historic right there. But yeah, man, the Steelers, it's looking like it's coming to an end. You have all this talent, Najee Harris, Juju, and Big Ben is just not that. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Every week I say this. Big Ben he's old. He's on his way out. But Packers, they should have won this game. They did in Packers fashion. And the Packers schedule coming up. It's looking pretty juicy for them. They're looking like they could stack up us on a few dubs. They're playing Bengals at their crib. They're playing the Bears at their crib,
Oh
and they
my,
got Washington coming into
oh
Lambeau.
my
So that's
God.
3 weeks, three
Oh,
easy weeks. Could start the season 6-1. Abby,
oh my
man, you
God.
better hope Minnesota gets their shit together because it could get ugly for Minnesota, and you might be fighting for that wild card spot in middle of the season, man. You might just know your fate. But Steelers, I don't know, man. I think it's over. They might be finishing last. They're not finishing above Cleveland. They're not finishing above the Ravens. And Cincinnati, they're looking really good. Let's see how they finish out the season.
Chetan.
I mean, what else can you say about this? It was Pittsburgh doesn't look like Pittsburgh at all. Their defense wasn't, what we expect them to be. They had one play, that block kick, that block field goal. I still think it was a block field goal. I don't think they were offside. I thought they got the snap count perfectly. It's just, it just a couple things just don't go Pittsburgh's way, and then it just fully collapses, right? Ben misses a few throws. It happens pretty often. He missed Juju twice wide open, or not even wide open. He was 2 times he missed him for a touchdown pass, right? And so Big Ben, it's over for him. I'm sorry. If anything, they need to sign Cam Newton and bring him in because Big Ben can't do it.
You think Mike Tomlin he was trying to recruit Aaron Rodgers?
You saw that, right? That was
I
fun.
saw that. That's what all the news media outlets are saying. Oh, they're trying to recruit Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. They're just
After seeing how that O-line playing, Aaron Rodgers does not want to go there.
Yeah, no. Terrible O-line. They're definitely not going to do that. It's just, it's got a.
The perfect team for Aaron Rodgers is clear as day. It's the Denver Broncos. He will win a Super Bowl if he goes to Denver. Go ahead, Chetan. I'm sorry, my bad.
I think
I just want this man out of my life.
he just
I
wish I just want some out.
I despise his long hair. I despise his beard. I despise his smile. I despise how he walks. I just hate the man. I just despise him. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, with Green Bay, they have a favorable schedule coming up. Their defense still lasts, though. I'm sorry, no, they're lucky Pittsburgh can't score. If I'm being completely honest here, they're lucky they can't protect Big Ben. That's the only reason it looked like a good Packers performance. And so if anyone believes that the Packers defense is good, it's not. And I think Cincinnati might, with all those weapons, and
Joe Mixon's out. Joe Mixon's out. I thought they could probably do some things, but Joe Mixon's out. That just hurts, man. Of course he's out when he plays Green Bay.
Damn it. I was gonna root for the Bengals this week, but if Joe
Mixon, I will be rooting for them for sure, but I doubt it's gonna happen now.
Yeah, all right. Will Mixon's out, yeah.
All right. Final 4:00 game, Seattle, San Francisco. We gave out Seattle as our play. We were really confident in them, and they won. Took care of business. Jimmy G got hurt again. It's the same old story. He gets hurt. He may have played his last game in the San Francisco 49ers. That was potentially his last game. If Trey Lance looks anywhere near adequate, he will be the quarterback for the foreseeable future. And the Trey Lance era, I think, has begun. Seattle, I've never seen a team score 28 points with a total of less than 300 yards of offense. My man, Russell Wilson, threw for 149 yards. They rushed for 105 yards, and he dropped 28 points. I have no idea how that happened. So is everything good in Seattle? I don't know. They played much better defensively, in my opinion. But all in all, San Francisco 49ers, it's the same old. Injuries, and they may lose another season because of exactly that, injuries. Arun, your thoughts?
All right, man. I think it's officially Trey Lance time in San Francisco. I seen a little bit. I seen some glimpses of him. I think he has what it takes to be not a franchise quarterback, but definitely help him win a few games. Jimmy Garoppolo can't stay healthy. That's been the story of his career, I feel like. Yeah, man. 28 points, average. I'm over here trying to figure out how they score 28
They had
points.
250 yards of total offense.
This does not add up because they had 1 rushing touchdown and 2 receiving touchdowns. Okay, and they have 4 extra points. Okay. But Hey man, Seattle 2-2. They looking good. Who they got coming up? They have the
Thursday night,
Rams
we got the
coming up.
Rams, big
Oh,
game.
okay. Okay. This is gonna be a great game. Rams short week. They're probably heated from last another division game, bro. I hate this division is fireworks every time they play, man. So 49ers, let's see. I hope Trey Lance gets to start, man. I'm all for these young quarterbacks. So it's a new generation now, man. Chetan?
Uh, I mean, what can you say? It's just the 49ers always injured. The Seattle, hey, they can look good. Their defense can look good if that team has none of their offensive starters. Let's be honest here. They got no running back in San Francisco. All those hopes that we had for the 49ers, in the preseason, we're looking at their schedule. They had a very favorable schedule. They could have easily went 14-3. Trey Lance would have never had to see the field. But guess what? It's football, and people get hurt, and Jimmy G just got hurt at an inopportune time. Yeah, again, at an inopportune time. And so we're going to have to see Trey Lance. And it's funny because rookie quarterbacks are what, 1 and I guess now they're 1-12 in their starts.
Not two. Mac Jones got to win. Zach Wilson got to win.
Oh, 2-10. So they're 2-11, I think. They're like 2-11 or 2-10. And
not good.
No, Justin Fields. So 3.
Oh, yeah, 3.
They got 3 total wins and like 10 or 11 losses. Again, it's just who do the 49ers play this upcoming week?
Arizona.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not going to look good for Trey Lance. Trey Lance was the only hope we had for us not hating this quarterback class for the time being because Trevor Lawrence throws too many picks. Zach Wilson was throwing too many picks. Justin Fields just wasn't getting used right. Mac Jones is just Mac Jones. Everyone's just like, oh, he's just throwing checkdowns. If anything, Trey Lance was the only one not being ripped apart by the media simply for the fact that he wasn't playing. And that's all I got to say is just I feel bad for him because he's got to go against Arizona.
Okay, and now the final game of week 4, we had the Patriots playing Tom Brady, not the Bucks, but Tom Brady, his return. Everyone, they played the Adele song and everything. That was I don't know why they played that song. They should have played a different song, but hey, it kind of fit. Bill Belichick and them going back and forth the whole week, trying to keep it low key, but we all knew it was in low key. Tom Brady got chills seeing him in a different uniform come out. Obviously, his family was there. His parents were in the box suite, of course, chilling. Probably has a lot of friends that were from the Boston area. Spent nearly half his life there. Bill Belichick looked like Bill Belichick, keeping it calm, cool, collected. Thoughts on the game? The weather was a factor in my opinion. Mike Evans obviously caught the pass to put him in 80,000 past Drew Brees. Kind of cool that Drew Brees was actually there. Well, witnessing Tom Brady pass his record. I don't think anyone's going to break that record in my lifetime. I would say so. Only guy I think that could possibly do it is Mahomes, but he has to. I want to say that the Patriots defense played great. Mac Jones, I think he played okay. I can't really say he played great because he played against the 4th and 5th string corners for the Patriots. I mean, the Bucks. JPP did not play. So they had total negative 1 yards rushing. They completely abandoned the run. They didn't even try to because the Bucks run defense is that good. But still, bro, you can't just quit. Like 1 yard rushing, that's kind of -1. That's insane. But Tom Brady, I would say that pass to Antonio Brown at the end, he converts that 9 out of 10 times. AB dropped it. They kicked the field goal. And then Nick Folk, he misses a 56-yarder. Tom Brady wins in his return. Bill Belichick, I think he showed why he's one of the GOAT coordinators, defensive minds, coaches in general, maybe the greatest coach ever because his defense did a fantastic job against the Bucks offense. But Tom Brady wins, and now maybe does he ever play New England again? Because Tom Brady, when they asked him the question, is this your last game in New England? He says, you never know. He said that. So that would be in 4 years. So we'll see. Arun, thoughts on this game?
All right, so another primetime game, another great game. Tom Brady coming out to where he started his career, where his career has been defined, won multiple championships, but both teams they wanted this game badly. You saw it. The defensive coordinator for the Patriots was doing some weird shit every time they zoomed in on his face.
Oh, his son,
And
Bill Belichick's son.
yeah, Bill, Steve, whatever his name is. Yeah, so Tom Brady, he wanted this game badly. He was throwing shots until the very end, shots downfield till the very end of the game. Bill Belichick, I know he wanted this game badly, and man, it was a great game. The rain really messed it up, but Mac Jones, I think Mac Jones played terrific, played composed. This was one of the biggest games. I think this was the biggest game of his career so far, over any
Yeah.
college football game you could say. But he's built for this. I know one of the announcers said this during the game. Mac Jones is built for this moment, man. He's built for these moments. He played at Alabama for a reason, and you just don't go to Alabama to not, have a spotlight on you. So Mac Jones, Patriots are in good hands. Saw a lot of good things out of him yesterday. Very accurate with the ball, but Buccaneers won, and Tom Brady got his revenge. You could say, I guess he beat Bill Belichick. So Bucks looking good, man. Chetan?
I mean, this was the most anticipated game of maybe the last 5 years. And
No, ever. Come on, man.
all right, we'll say ever.
If you're gonna say last 5 years, then tell me what comes close. The only game before you go, Chetan, the only game I can say in my lifetime that's even close to this was Brett Favre returning to Lambeau Field, or Peyton Manning returning to the Colts. Those are the only 2 games.
Joe Montana returning to San Francisco.
I was not here. Okay, I was not here. I'm sorry.
I know there was a. Actually, I think we were born.
Well, I wasn't feasibly in my mind. Happy?
Right, but yeah, no, this is for us. This is the most anticipated game ever, and we're sitting there. Honestly, I'm like, I was kind of let down because I thought it was going to be a Tom Brady bloodbath. I thought he was just going to be like, remember all those championships I won you, and throw a touchdown for each of them. It didn't happen that way. The weather got in the way.
You threw none.
Yeah. That AB touchdown that we thought was going to happen didn't happen.
So close.
Right. And I'm just thinking about it in the terms of, Tom Brady didn't, show out the way he thought he was. And there was some bad decision making by Bill Belichick, which I thought was uncharacteristic. At one point, Mac Jones completed 19 straight completions, which was an NFL rookie record. And, so you're 4th and 3. You decide to kick a 55-yard, was it?
56.
56-yard field goal. When I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure Mac Jones can get you 3 more yards and take a little bit more time off the clock if you're worried about getting Tom Brady the ball, giving Tom Brady the ball back, and make it field goal kick easier for your kicker, who was also injured. I heard that, like, his plant foot, something wrong with his plant foot and everything, and he wasn't capable of kicking the 55-yard or 56-yarder into a monsoon. It wasn't just raining; it was a whole damn monsoon out there, and I guess I felt like Belichick could have went for it would have given him a 2019 lead.
Yep.
Right. I just thought they could have gotten the field goal. It made it easier field goal for the kicker instead of kicking the 56-yarder. I think that at the end, that's what I would have done. But I'm not a head coach because I'm sitting here talking to you guys.
Well, I think Tom Brady's glad this is behind him. So is Bill Belichick, because they don't got to talk about this no more. Bill Belichick got to run a team, try to win a Super Bowl. Tom Brady already won one, try to win another one. Week 4 is done. Actually, no. Week 4 is about to be done. We have Monday Night Football. We have the Raiders and the Chargers. It should have started already, but there's a lightning delay. I can't believe that's actually something that can happen to our indoor stadium. Apparently, it's kind of not fully indoors. That's probably why. The game's going to kick off at 9 o'clock, so you have a little extra time to go check it out. I think it's going to be a great game, division game. I have no idea who's going to win, but we made our prediction. I think I picked the Raiders. I think Chetan picked the Chargers. Arun, who did you have for this?
Going with the Raiders.
I think a lot of people are on the Chargers. This is going to be a big game to see who is real and who isn't. And if you win the game, you're on top of the division, especially with the Broncos losing. So it's a big game in the first part of the NFL season, the first so-called quarter, a little bit less than a quarter because there's a 17th game. All in all, I think so far football has been amazing. Baseball playoffs start tomorrow. I know Chetan's going to be tuned in. I hope everyone's tuned in. The Yankees are in. We're going to discuss them. Baseball playoffs. I know we don't discuss much baseball because there's so many freaking games. But Yankees, Red Sox. What else could you ask for? If you don't watch baseball, you can tune into this one because these two hate each other. It's in Fenway. Oh, man. Let's see if the New York week of greatness continues. I know Chetan will be watching for sure. And we're going to probably give out a play for this game. So stay tuned for that. And all in all, that wraps it up.
All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.